Hey everyone, it's Mike Bond with Hard Money Mike. Today I want to go over how you win in this interest rate environment. How you make your property sell for more, you make more, and open up the market, open up the number of buyers for your property compared to your competition. And it's not about dropping your price, it's about controlling their interest rate. So the goal with fix and flips is to make more money, sell your property faster, and part of that is just creating a larger pool of buyers that can afford your property. Remember, it's not only about what they can afford in their budget, but what they qualify for. We need to hit a payment where there's more buyers, where there's that threshold of your property opening up to a bigger pool of buyers. So there's more competition. There's more people who are looking at your property, buying it, getting it off the market fast, making more money so you can get onto the next deal. It's going to be a competitive market out there. But remember, there's two things when we're talking about selling a property that affect the buyer. And we have to remember, like 80% of these people are buying on payments. If it's a car, if it's a boat, if it's a home, it is payment. Not only what payment they could put into their budget, but the payment that they qualify for, that underwriting says that they can afford and buy. So how do we make it more affordable? So like I said, there's two things we can look at. You could either drop the price or drop the rate. And yes, you can control dropping the rate on your property. Doesn't matter what's happening in the market. We want to focus on making this property more affordable, plus putting as much money in your pocket as you can. And it's not about dropping price. It's about you controlling the rate that's on your property, not what's in the market. So let's look at an example. Let's say your sell price is 400 grand. That's what you're going to market the property for. Interest rates now out in the market, and it doesn't matter what they are when you're watching this, but let's just say right now, interest rates for your buyer are 6.875. And to open up the pool to get more buyers into your pool that qualify, in this case, you need a payment that's less than $2,000 for the principal and interest. We're going to control the principal and interest. Taxes and insurance are going to be the same. This is all about seeing the numbers on how you can get more out of your property and keep the payments in budget for more borrowers out there. So price and rate, we have a $400,000 property. Current interest rates are 6.875 and $2,000. Let's look at our example of what we can do with this property to get more people to afford the $2,000. But first of all, let's look where interest rates or where payments would be the principal and interest on a $400,000 property where they're putting 20% down, 80% loan. So in this case, the payments based on these numbers are around $2,100. And remember, this is all about general terms. You can manipulate, look at all of these things. When you go through, this is all about the concept of this strategy. So right now, $400,000, 20% down on a property, 6.875 gets you $2,100. Remember, our threshold was $2,000. Under $2,000, we open up a bigger pool. Maybe it's two, maybe it's three times the number of people can afford something under this number. You have to know that number in your market. So now let's look at the two options. So option number one is we're going to do what a lot of real estate agents love, a price drop. We're going to drop the price 5%. So 5% of $400,000 is $20K. So now we have dropped the price 20 grand. And what this means is that's 20 grand out of your pocket, because pretty much everything you drop is from your profit. In this case, the 5%, the 20 grand gets us down to now a listing price or a sale price of $380,000. The 20,000 minus the 400 gets us down to 380,000. At 6.875, remember our interest rate, we now have a payment of $1,197. So we were able to take the property, get us into the zone, the under $2,000, so we opened up more buyers. But it cost us $20,000 to do that. That's a big hit on your profits. Let's just say this property, you were at a 10% profit margin and you just lost 5. You just lost 50% of your profits. If you were at a 15% profit margin, you just lost a third of your profits. So that's a big number just to open up the pool to make sure you get more people in looking at your property, sell it, move on to the next one. Because another strategy we always talk about is getting in, getting done, and moving on. Because the longer you drag something out, you're going to pay mortgage payments with the interest, the taxes, the insurance, utilities. You're going to have to protect that property. Hopefully, nothing happens to it during it. So the longer it takes, there's just more risk and more money in it. Option number 2 now, so we dropped the price and it cost us $20,000. Option 2 is we're going to lower their payment without dropping the price. It's still going to cost a little bit, but it's going to cost a lot less. And a traditional buy down, but we're not going to talk about a buy down because when we market out to the consumer, the people buying the properties, and you talk about buy down, it's getting to be more and more people understand it, but they really don't understand what it does for them. So our whole goal is to talk about dropping their payment, making it more affordable, getting our property at $400,000 just as affordable as the properties out there for $380,000. And here's how we do it. Let's just say we take and we budget 1.5% buy down for the buyer. So we could buy down the rate. And when we do this, we buy down the rate 0.5 point. So now the rate becomes 3.75%. And I'm talking a 30-year fix. I'm not talking a 2-1 buy down, anything like that, because if we're able to do the same thing with a permanent loan, you're going to open up your market more. So 1.5, we're going to buy down their rate. But remember, what we're buying down is their loan amount. So we're keeping our sale price of $400,000. Their loan amount, remember, is 80% of the sale price. So it's $320,000. 80 times 4 is $320,000. And we're going to pay 1.5 points of the $320,000. We're not paying 1.5 points for the $400,000. Remember when you did the price drop, it was on the sale price. We're only paying points on the loan amount. So in this case, it's around, I think it's $4,800. A mortgage payment on a loan of $320,000 at an interest rate of 6.375 gets them to 1,996. Basically the same payment as dropping it the $20,000, the 5%. So we accomplished the same thing. We opened up our pool of buyers because remember, they're focused on payment. They want to make sure it not only fits their budget, but they qualify for it. So if we could get their number down to where it's below our magic number, in this case, we use $2,000, we could open up our pool. But the difference is, when we dropped it 20%, it cost us 20 grand. Here, let's just say it costs us 5 grand just to make the math easier, even though it's less. So by focusing on buying their rate down over dropping your price, you expand your market and you're going to keep more money. So depending on your price point, you could even pay 2% and get this even lower, make it more affordable. But here's one of the tricks. Here's one of the things you have to focus and talk to your realtor and anybody who's marketing your property. When you are marketing it out there, just talking buy downs does not really move the needle enough. You have to talk about how you're going to lower their payment, how you're going to be the most affordable payment at that price point. Whatever you can do to market that it is the payment that you're lowering and you're lowering it permanently, you're going to expand the people who are out there looking and the realtors out there looking for properties that these people qualify for. So remember, realtors and even buyers don't really understand the buy down, at least most of them. Focus on the payments that you are lowering their payment. Yeah, it's a function of buying it down, but focus on the payment instead of the buy down. Our goal at Hard Money Mike is to make sure you're successful as a fix and flipper. I always trying to find you the best products. If it's fix and flip loans, if it's money to finish a project, whatever it is, we're here to help you and with some of the tricks because we've been through different markets. And if you're looking for the best rates, the best terms, everything in fix and flip loans, Reach out to us, go to contact us. Not only do we lend our own money, but we also help you find if there's a better option out there. We'll help you get in the best situation for you, making sure that not only you find a deal that closes, that you can work with, but it also is the best terms in your situation where you're at now. So remember, hardmoneymike.com. We're here to help. Great tools out there. And subscribe, like, and we'll see you on the next video.